A very warm good afternoon from Toronto. Today we have again our segment of Where East Meets West, and Design Television is live in conversation with Rashida Contractor. She's one of our pranic healers, spiritualist, and akakshik record reader rather. And she has been pursuing her spiritual path with passion, taking active participation in theosophical activities and various meditative techniques. Please welcome, along with one of our famous directors from Bollywood, and this is Mazahir Rahim and Rashida ji. Namaskar.
Hi.
How are you?
Namaste.
Welcome to Design Television, and especially you, welcome to Toronto from
Thank
Yes,
Pune.
you so
welcome to
much.
Toronto.
Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you so much for welcoming, inviting me to talk with you all.
The pleasure is all ours, and I had a little conversation with you before going live. Rashida ji, tell us about yourself, because the words that I've used, pranic healer, spiritualist, and akakshik record reader, these are all very heavy terms for me because I cannot understand. Trust me, a bit of it. I've heard though, but it's like. What exactly it is it they say that you are not in the universe, you are a universe yourself, right? So what exactly and how does it work?
Well, I'm absolutely a normal person like you all, like everyone else on this earth. There is nothing different about me. It's just that on the path, life's path, rather, I would say, that we go through so many situations in life and then we question them, why this is happening, why that is happening, why this is not right with me. So over the time we learn to not only handle those situations, but we try to find answers for them. And that is how I was led to this path of spirituality, as you would call it. Now pranic healing is a very mode of healing system actually, where there is no touch, but you use your healing abilities. Of course, there are different courses available from the basic to advanced to psychotherapy, all that I have done. So it is a technique that you use to send healing to anyone, whether it's someone is in front of you or somewhere far away. But it's a technique of healing, sending healing to that person. More important, it is not me who is healing. We open the channel to self heal that person. That channel opens up for that person to heal by itself, by himself, herself, whoever it is across the globe. It can be anywhere. So the healing happens by itself. By everyone does their own healing by themselves. It is, I am just a channel for that healing for them.
You say that healing is a process, I understand that, but what made you choose this? I know you are gifted by God with certain abilities to understand people to some extent, which you have channelized towards pranic healing. How different is pranic healing from Reiki? Because is it the same, or how does it work?
No, they are different. I don't know much about Reiki. I would not be a right person to really talk about Reiki. But yes, in Reiki, you still deal with people, touching them. And pranic healing is absolutely distant, and it is really more with an intention that you use. Whereas in Reiki, there are different methods that they use. Both are equally good in their own way. But still, pranic healing allows you to heal with a feeling, with an intent, which can read that person right away, from heart to heart, you can say. It is a form of using prayers with colors and cleaning the energy levels. Even Reiki has that, but their methods are entirely different compared to pranic healing. So, but as I said, I'm not a master on Reiki. I can only talk about pranic healing.
So,
Masai,
Pranic
Rashida, can you tell us
is what
how
you
you reached
are-
this place? How did you
actually,
come to this,
yeah, that was my
actually,
next question. That was my next question. Like, what made her go from here to there? Like, it's literally there, and I'm not even here.
Actually, I can go back to a small anecdote that happened in my life many years ago when I was in college. I used to have this little problem with my ears, and I went to a doctor, a very good doctor actually, and I was taking, of course, he diagnosed me with some fungus thing, and I had to clear that up and all that. And he asked me whether I have any other issues with the ear. Then I said, yeah, I have this constantly, there's something, someone's ringing in my ear all the time. So he started laughing and he said, oh, so you have a hotline with God. I said, oh, I mean, he said it jokingly. And maybe to some extent, he made me feel differently or be nice about it rather than worrying about it as in some illness or some disease. But somewhere I thought that, yeah, we all could be having a hotline with God actually. Why do we need an ABC to guide us to make someone else our own hero? We can find our own way. And that's how somehow, with that intention in mind, leading a normal life as we call it, but still on the path, somehow with that intention, things started happening, coming to me, some knowledge, people coming my way, me digging into some, reading, writing, all that. And over the years, it just kept coming to me. Not only just reading material, but meeting different kind of people who are spiritualists, who are healers. Then pranic healing happened on the way, which I did all the courses that I could possibly do. And still further down, uh, Akashic Records reading. And again, there are people who always are there to guide you, somehow push you in the direction that you're meant to be. Once you have the intention, somehow the universe really plans that you will end up doing that. And I have experienced that throughout my life. And Akashic Records is such a recent thing. Again, it's a friend of mine who really pushed me into it. Okay, you're meant for this, you can do it, you are capable of it. You are already doing it. You just need a proper, way of putting it across. And believe you me, when I did the Akashic Record, I felt I was like fish to water. I not only enjoyed doing it, but it's something that it's gives me immense satisfaction that I'm able to reach out to people, support them, help them heal themselves. It is, and it is very humbling at the same time that, it's a, how do you say, a big responsibility that you're here to guide people, help them heal, find their answers for themselves so that they can move up to a better life. They can find meaning to their life, basically. So that's the general my journey to spirituality, you can say.
And Mazahir Saab is you're so engrossed in understanding. Looks like he's taking a class right now. He's so deeply into the whole aspect of uh, what is your perspective on this, Mazahir ji?
I think what she said is yeah, right. All of us are born with some kind of spirituality because we are all answerable to finally something. You call it God, you call it Allah, you call it whatever you call it, Bhagwan, you call it. But there is a spiritual side to all of us. We are born with it. Some of us excel in it, some of us just let it go and don't use it at all in our lives. But even I, from my very young age, have had certain indications that this is the path we want you to walk on. This is the path this thing. And as I grew older, those messages became stronger and stronger and stronger. Till there came a time this last 1.5 years where it was, like no nonsense. Okay, are you doing it or you're not doing it, kind of a thing. So these messages kept coming to me, and I everything I read, like what Rashida was saying, is even Rashida, I have known her from her childhood, and she was born in front of me actually. So I know that she was a very normal person. She used to go to, she was a computer embroidery person. She used to leave
Designer.
house at 5 o'clock in the morning, come home at 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, make coffee, brandy, and her food, and slowly, I just saw her getting into this kind of a realm, and realized that she was very good at it. She didn't go out of her way to do it. It just happened to her. Everything just happened to her, because that is the path she was supposed to be on. And then came the realization, no, everything else is redundant. It's not part of what the way she wants life to be lived. This is the path, and that with that realization came her healing power. So yes, I'm a novice. I'm not even started yet. I'm just put my first step on this path, and but I've started understanding. Oh, so many years of the confusion you had about religion or fanatics and fundamentalism, and why does one God say this and one God say that? These are all questions which have been plaguing me from my early childhood, when I started realizing that there is something called religion. That's why that you're not born with a religion. You just happen to do things which your people are doing, friends are doing. And I had friends who were Parsis, I had friends who were Christians, I had friends, of course, who were Muslims. So, and Muslims of different faith. I tell you, even in Muslims, there are people from two different faiths. They do things totally differently. So that religion, that has always been a word which has, you know, intrigued me. What the hell is this religion? Anyway, it's not about me, it's about her today. So,
No,
No, what you're
exactly.
saying is
Everything
right.
is interconnected. Everything is interconnected. They say that from what I understand, what you both have been talking about is recently I discovered the rule of manifestation in the universe, how
mhm,
you manifest things in the universe. If it is complete manifestation, you get it back completely. If it is incomplete, that is how the universe gives it back to us. There's always a thin line between the law of attraction and manifestation.
yes.
There's a very thin line. So, could you explain what exactly is
See,
that thin line?
that thin line is basically an intention that you have. And when you have an intention with a feeling that what you are looking for or what you're wanting is already within you to acquire that, for you to have it, for you to live it, being like that, then the manifestation happens easily.
So you
But
bring
if
it
you
out.
keep doubting, yeah, in the sense, if you are keep thinking about it, I want it, it should happen to me, I desire it, I deserve it, but still it is that you're not feeling it, that you really can have it or you already have it inside you. The intention is not that powerful. The feeling that you put in into believing that you are capable or you deserve it or it's already there within you to just acquire it, to make it manifest itself right here, right now. When that starts happening, then the manifestation happens. So law of attraction is very good by itself. So you're attracted. But now what? Isn't it? You have to, in a way, you can say you have to marry that. Practically say that it's with me, within me, around me, all the time. I'm living it. I'm being it. Then the manifestation happens. So the thin line gets sort of completely dissolved there. Of course, all the desires, and we'll desire a lot of things, but truly how we desire them is also important. Na? What effort are we putting? It is not about praying all the time, day and night, and keep on repeating the words like a chant. It is not that. Are you really feeling it that you can have that? And we still doubt that, will it happen to me? Can it happen to me? Should I be, do I really deserve it? Or my life is like that. How can I have that? We keep on having these doubts. So what the universe will think, okay, so you're doubting. So get, get
That
along with
doubt
your
goes in the
doubting.
universe. That
Yeah,
doubt
you
goes in the
continue
universe.
doubting. Yeah, that the universe says, since you're doubting, continue doubting. When you decide to manifest it, it will happen. It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. The law of attraction is that simple. Of course,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean suddenly when I think of money, the money will start raining on me. Again, you have to, there is always an effort to put into that. It is just not imagining things or visualizing things. You
Working
have to also
towards
put
it.
an
Working
effort.
towards it. You have to
Yeah,
work
working
towards
towards
it,
it,
I
yes.
believe.
That's why when you have an intention and then you decide that this is my life or this is my way of being or this is what I'm going to put my effort into to do these things, then it will start happening. So spirituality, also, as you asked me, how did it happen? It just did not happen overnight, right? It over the years, reading, learning, growing, meeting people, understanding life, going through problems, trying to solve them, and then understand why it is happening with me, to learn about them. It is not easy path for everybody goes through that, but everybody does not decide, okay, I want to be a spiritualist, I have to find answers to that. We still keep on thinking, why me, why me, why me, isn't it? So that question, when it stops, why me, and what I can do now from here on, then that slowly the thin line starts dissolving, because then now you're willing to manifest whatever you believe in, even if it is healing for yourself. Even the healing is also your own thinking, na, that okay, whether I can heal myself or not, whether I'm willing to heal myself or not, or whether I want to keep on being a sorry figure.
Sometimes what
That is
happens is, Rashida ji, this I'm talking on behalf of the common people who are listening to you right now.
also.
Sometimes we manifest things, right? We want it. Sometimes it happens that we want it so badly that by the time we get it, the want and the desire finishes. Is that true?
Hmm. Very much so. Now the thing is, when we want to have something, but we have no target line, we just desire it. Now it's like, you want to go for a holiday, and let's say you plan it. One day I'll go, or you plan whatever, but that you have not targeted the day and time. Then it's not just going to happen when you come May, like, okay, now I'm going to be there somewhere else, right? So you have to plan. Similarly, anything in life, you have to have a target. I want to manifest this till what date or what time or what year. I can say I want a big house. So okay, fine. The universe says you want it this lifetime or the next lifetime. Decide now when you want it. We don't put targets. The reason being that because why don't we put targets is also because we don't want to work for it. We just want to imagine it beautifully and keep it that one day it will happen to me.
Like a
No,
dream.
you have to put a target on your intention and the target on what you're going to work for. Both has to be in unison. You cannot have one without the other. So
Hmm.
just visualizing, having intention is fine, but then what are you doing and what is your target? When do you want it? When you want that big house or when you want that big car or whatever the case may be, or that job, or when are you will okay, my job is not good enough. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to change it? Or are you going to make difference in that particular job? Or are you going to shift? You're willing to shift to another city if there is a better job happening. So these are targets that you have to create for yourself, right? So the intention goes along with the target. You have to plan it. It cannot be just happening anytime. So if the manifestation happens, say you prayed for it, you asked for it, it happened, but now you don't want it. So that's what happens. It happens even through lifetimes. Let me tell you that when you do the records, you realize, okay, you wanted it last lifetime, but now you're having it this lifetime. Sorry, boss, what to do now? You should have targeted it in that lifetime. I wanted it in this lifetime, Baba, that way.
It
Or
is
I wanted
something
it.
like your work was either very slow in progress that it goes on to the next birth, or otherwise it's like
Yeah,
you
because
just do
no,
it. वो एक फिल्मी डायलॉग है ना, शिद्दत से चाह है तो तुम्हें चाहने की
हाँ,
चाहत
वो
and
तो मिल
something like
गया
that.
लेकिन when, हाँ,
Yeah.
that's the whole problem. Now we come every lifetime, we come that some desires we created in past lifetimes, some we are creating now, right? Then there are karmas, involvement in relationships, your soul contracts, the learning of your lessons of in this lifetime. Each soul has a purpose. Even that purpose has to be served. Now, in one lifetime, how much can you get down with it? Like a soul is an ocean, and each jivatma, as you call it, each life that we live is just like a small bucket. So we cannot get everything. So now, what do you want to manifest in this lifetime? What is important for you? It depends. So now you have to plan now, right now what you want in this lifetime to live this lifetime. अगले lifetime का बाद में देखेंगे. But if you don't get it, let's say if I don't get it by this age, let's say I don't want it. Clear the universe from burden. Clear your own burden. That is also important to let it go if it is not happening. And then why it is not happening, instead of getting that, like, what else I can do now to make it work. So
Rather put
targets
the
have to be
energy in
set
something
in our
else.
mind.
Rather put the energy in something else. Li-
Yeah, have your
Yeah.
target and then see how far you can go with. And if it is not happening, then check it out why it is not happening and what you need to do to make it turn around or have another target. But you cannot be stuck on that and leave it, halfway through in the universe. के अब होगा जब होगा तब होगा देखा जाएगा. No, you cannot do that. You are burdening your own energy level
Karmas.
basically. We call them
Karmas.
karmas.
Somewhere.
The desires are one way of burdening yourself, that you want
Mhm.
something happen, it is not happening, it is not done as yet. So you
Mhm.
live in that feeling of something is not happening, incomplete life, I am not having enough. That feeling keeps on going because of that. Rather than dealing with it, okay, now if it is not happening, I don't want it, it is all right. So you feel freer. You're not
Mhm.
burdened with something that you want, it's not happening with you. Like, we
Mhm.
don't let go of our desires.
Mhm.
I wanted to do that, but I wanted to be a nurse. Now imagine if I keep thinking like that all these years. See, even that age, I always wanted to be a healer in some way as a nurse. But now I can't
Exactly.
keep that in my mind. Oh, I never became a nurse. I think I'm far more better at doing what I'm doing now. You know.
Ladies and
So
gentlemen,
you
we are
have
in
to change with
conversation
time.
here.
And
We are in conversation
sorry.
here with Rashida, and she is one of the pranic healers. Rashida is one of the pranic healers, ladies and gentlemen. And she is, I've heard that, I've not heard, I've actually seen her here digitally, that she's blessed with powers when she listens to a voice also over the telephone, maybe. And she will understand, because the kind of energy, we all have a kind of energy and aura that we remit. And some people are very perceptive to those kind of energies that are revolving around other people. Rashida is one of them. She is live with us on Design Television from Pune. She is the Akakshik record Akakshik what healer recorder or
Akashic
something?
reader.
Yeah,
Akashic
record
record
uh,
reader.
uh, healer, a reader. Okay, fine. My bad. And she's also into a lot of sitting in your in the the ticker that is can contact the email address, and there she can let you know about whatever you want to know about yourself, or how to proceed in life if you're a little bit confused. The whole world is going through pandemic, and we all are. It's not that everybody is very happy. So it's all about the emotional well-being and mental well-being that actually, if you are thorough there, it definitely helps us. We will take a very short commercial break, and after coming back, we are going to ask Mazahir Saab and Rashida again about idea and in light in a flame. That is coming up soon after this segment. Catch you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Design Television is in conversation live from Pune with Rashida Contractor and Mazahir Saab. He's one of our Bollywood directors here with us, and we are lucky to have, Toronto is lucky to have them here. Uh, we were coming to our next segment after this commercial break, and thank you very much to all our sponsors out there. What is idea, Rashida? What is idea that I see flashing
Idea
on?
is for me. Okay. Idea is basically for me is we are all an idea of the creator. This whole creation is an idea for me, basically. So this word has, I've always used this word. I have an idea. As any creative person would know that what without an idea, nothing else can happen, right? We are an idea of the creator. Every soul is an idea of the creator, basically. And to move it further, it's been for many years that for me, idea has, I've coined it into invoking divine energy always. So there is never any time of the day or night or anything that you're doing in any given point of time, no matter what you're going through, you can invoke divine energy always within you. You can self heal yourself with that divine energy. You don't need any space or time or any ritual or tradition or anything. You can invoke divine energy sitting anywhere at any given point of time. You can be walking on the road, you can be working, you can be sleeping. You really don't need any channeling for that. So for me, idea is invoking divine energy always, as I
So is
write
it
it.
like a training that you have to be trained in specific ways to invoke it,
No,
or your
for
chakras
me,
and all?
no. Actually, of course, nowadays people, I mean, are going through like a lot of channeling and messaging through meditation. Meditation is one very important aspect actually. Every human being must meditate. But then everybody cannot meditate in the same way. Some
Mhm.
people, very few people can really sit quietly and still and erect and just close their eyes and go into their own world or a trance, and then they feel the energy. But everybody, there are very few chosen one who can really truly meditate on that level, and they have really worked for that. But everybody, it's not easy to do meditation. But at least still, any given point of time during the day, even for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you can just sit down quietly and just not do anything, really nothing, not watching TV or reading or texting, or not even like nothing is the real word over here. Of course, when you sit, there are thoughts, like they can never leave you. It is not possible to not have any thoughts. Your life is filled with activities through those thoughts only. How can you not have a thought? Important thing is, let the thoughts come. Let them come to your mind. Let them come and let them pass. Don't hang on to a thought and then elaborate. Okay, then if he said that, then this happened, or then I did not do this. That sort of a thing. Okay, I'm having this thought. Let it come, let it go. But that even that 5 minutes can empower you, where you still your body, you still your mind, and speak to yourself, and just doing nothing but being with your own self. That is the most important thing. A first step, that is of awareness. Moment you start doing that during the day, when you're aware, it is not about right or wrong. You can make mistakes. It is all right. You're a human being. You are learning through your mistakes. You have interactions which don't go well with people. You have relationship problems. Your work is not good. Acknowledge all that. Be aware of it, that okay, this I'm not liking, this I like, this I'm feeling good about, this I'm not feeling about. First you have to bring that awareness. Now, instead of justifying it and trying to avoid to deal with those situations, it's better to be aware of it, that it is okay for me to feel like that, or go through this problem, or have this situation, or not like that person, to that level of like I want to shake that person, like sort of it happens. We are human beings, we are feeling all these emotions because we are going through all of them. but important thing is to really find that time and space for yourself during the day. That is where the actual meditation starts. That you're learning to be with yourself, to love yourself exactly the way you are, not about what is good and bad about you. Moment you learn to accept yourself, you learn to accept others also similarly, because people are a reflection. Every person that you meet is your own reflection actually. you know that what triggers into you is also your own reflection. What you feel good about the other person is also your own reflection, because what you portray, the other person picks up as a signal. The energy that you give out, that's what you receive. Universe again is the same thing. Other person is also the whole universe, like I am, right? So what you throw out comes back to you, boomerangs back to you. So
Mhm.
that really important to really get down to this, as you call it, meditation. And then there are ways. Some people like to do it with music. Some people like to chant words. Some people just like to sit quietly. But every small action that you do good is also meditation, by the way. Because you're focused on doing that something which is good, which is helping somebody. You're not thinking about yourself, but you're trying to reach out to somebody, is also meditation. When you pray for somebody, is meditation. Yeah, your life becomes a meditation, because throughout the day you're trying to make things work for you by doing something which is right for yourself or for somebody else. Slowly you'll find that you are able to handle a lot of things in your life, find ways, and then the universe starts working for you, sends you people your way who can help you, guide you, give you support in some way or the other. Though you're going through a tough time, which doesn't miraculously disappear, but there are people who are there with you at that time. Then the soul connect starts happening, where you can be supported, guided, healed, helped in any which way that you would like to. You can reach out to people and people can reach out to you. That is the
Well, that is a beautiful way of explaining actually, because a lot of people think meditation means just in a mudra and just be
You will
quiet.
be surprised when I used to teach yoga to small children, and that we are going to do meditation. When I really started the class, in fact, I was a yoga student of mine just yesterday reminded me of that. Auntie used to make us do such silly things to just to meditate. When someone says, "What do you want to do?" I want to jump. You jump. You want to lie down? Lie down. One wants to sit? Sit. I want to look at the flowers. Okay, you look at the flowers. But whatever you do it properly. That you're really enjoying and you're into it. You know. And
Um,
it was like a playground. But after some time, when they realize that they can focus on something and then sit quietly, that focus, when it starts coming, I mean, when you start focusing on something, concentrating on something that is within you, which you enjoy doing it, a time comes that you really can sit down quietly and meditate the way we think, with the mudra. But you don't really need any mudras also for that. You can just.
Mazahir Saab has come up, ladies and gentlemen, with a wonderful program which will be screened in a form of a little short series where he is going to be in conversation with Rashida again, and it is called Light in a Flame. Mazahir Saab, your call. Explain us what is light in a flame.
More than me, I think the expert is sitting there. She is going to be lighting the flame. Let her explain what light in a flame means.
See,
What made you come up with the idea light in a flame, Mazahir Saab?
Uh, Basically, Mickey, the flame exists within you. It's there. Every human being is with that flame, with that spark. You have to light it. You have to light it. You have to make it relevant to your life. You cannot. You can go through the entire life without doing it, and there are millions and millions of people who do that. They have doubts. They have, okay, maybe I did something good or something not good. But if at a certain point of time you realize that you have that flame and you can light that flame and make that flame burn and ignite into some realization, some revelation, which bring you closer to divinity. That itself is a very big achievement. I think that is the best prayer a person can offer to himself. Because again, I believe that God lives within you. God lives within me, within each of us. We, divinity, nature, the five elements are part of us. We are all built. We are all built of these five elements. So if you ignite that flame, if you light that flame, and learn to uh, you learn to live,
Channelize it. Channelize it.
channelize it, live that way, you are already stepping into a better way of life, a more peaceful way of life, a realization that you matter, realization that uh, God is not testing you by giving you COVID-19, or
or
God,
punching.
yeah, it's so that is, and as I was in conversation with Rashida over the telephone and meeting her, uh, I realized that even though she's my niece and she's much younger than me, in some ways, she is a far superior person than I can ever be. She has reached that plane which all people want to, where you're close to God, you're close to divinity, you're close to nature. And as I said, God, she has a direct connection to God. So, she just has to ask and it is done. But even then, it is not redundant. You don't ask for just stupid things. You ask for more blessings. You ask for more revelation. You ask for more peace. You ask for more divinity. So this, but I would like her also to say, because I speaking, I'm an amateur, and the reason for this series is so that in short segments one can bring this awareness, this way of life to people with small things, healing, music, vibrations, awareness, touch, you know, small things which make life easy, which do not require you to spend in money, or enough time, or lots of time. Like simple thing, like just doing this, 10 times a day. Amazing, but just doing that is something which helps your, not only your body but your spirit. Rashida, take over. I think you should explain this a little better.
Before Rashida takes over, ladies and gentlemen, we are in conversation with the pranic healer and Akashic record reader who is actually offering guidance and counseling as well over the phone. You can check her out on WhatsApp, email. The email is flashing right on our screens right now. You can contact her through that email address and she can be contacted. You can be guided, counseled, and all the privacy is intact and confidentiality is intact with her. So anytime, whenever, and there's no harm in trying it out, because when you know you are the universe, and universe is a part of you, you are not a part of the universe. That is how I put it, right? So go ahead, Rashida, and please tell us about light in a flame, which Mazahir Saab just explained.
Yeah, light inner flame is basically what, as is explained, that to light your inner own flame. You have that flame inside you and to light it. But then to how? People always wonder what we can do without going through these courses and the people who are charging, and then we really don't know how to get acquainted with all that. And you keep talking about going inside, then everything is available outside, actually speaking. But I said, once you have awareness about yourself, your body, the way you think, the way you work, and how you can use those same things in your own life by doing simple things, it can help step by step, not just get down to doing direct meditations for 1 hour, or it can be just like walking in nature or having a salt water bath, or how to do little meditations and certain things. Okay, something is troubling you now, so you do meditate on something which is as simple as that, maybe your backache, so how you can use the chakra alignment or healing through that energy ball that we can create, something simple like that. Or you can be aware, how to be aware now, that how to be aware of a chakra, how to heal a chakra. Now, it's not easy. Okay, so what is the color of the chakra? What is the sound of the chakra? How you can notice that energy of the chakra in your surroundings on day to day, even while cooking or singing or dancing or whatever. Or how can you just elevate your mood like this? You could be having like the worst day, but still you can turn it around within 5 minutes by just listening to simple music. Or there are, of course, the now music is again, people have this of listening to music which are all sad and then they connect with that. No, get out of that, listen to some vibrant music, something with the nature sound, the birds, or walk in nature, have a simple walk. Easiest one, when you're having a bad day and you don't know,
Go for
you
a
cannot
walk.
love yourself, no, just do this, timers, 1 minute, just
I,
tap
I,
it.
I, I pat myself. I pat myself. Well done, Mickey. I pat
That
myself.
is, you've done well, like, yeah. But when
Yeah,
you're
I pat
feeling
myself.
down, sometimes this helps, because this not only activates your heart chakra, but this is thymus gland is actually helps to boost your immune system. Moment your immune system is boosted naturally, what happens? You're becoming healthy physically also, mentally you're calmer. It's
Mhm.
as simple as that, thymus gland. So it is nothing much to do, but people don't use these techniques. There's nobody to teach or to talk about them or to share. Now that's what I have been. This is how my journey started of sharing all this little stuff with my friends. Thanks to the pandemic, I think my life turned around completely. I did not know where the pandemic was, because it was not in my, actually, at least in my arena in a way of work or connecting with people. And I started this with my friends, and they really and started enjoying that. And I thought that, there is no harm in sharing something small, small, little bit tidbits, of a spiritual path, as we call it. But then it has helped or gone a long way. And I realized that how we really thirst for that kind of knowledge, sorry, to make our life turn around, and to utilize it in a day-to-day level, in a small, simple steps, small, simple way of doing it. It is as simple as you can be, okay, you're feeling bad about something, just whistle. You don't have to go give an audition for some voiceover, right? Just whistle your way, whistle. When you're humming, when you're whistling, what happens? Your brain gets activated in a way that it can make you feel good or happy about yourself. Is that so simple? It is, and
Smile. You
not
said
about
keep
loud
smiling.
music. Smile.
Hmm.
Best thing, smile. You maybe want to murder somebody. I'm really telling you that. Smile. You won't
Yeah,
believe, if you smile
I
for more
go
than a minute,
I go
you
by
won't
that saying.
you
I
won't
go
feel good about it.
No, that smile
Yeah,
thing
you won't
reminds
feel
me that,
bad about yourself.
smile thing reminds me it's not that I'm smiling because I'm an idiot, I'm smiling because you're foolish, so that is a perspective, that's my perspective, because smile in front of your
But
enemies,
yeah,
friends,
we can
anybody.
elevate that perspective now.
Because if you smile, nothing bothers them the most. If you're smiling, they are so much like
Yes,
thinking in their head, why is this girl smiling? So I think that smile is the best therapy, because it brings in everything:
it
happiness,
does.
sarcasm,
Yes.
stupidity, how idiot you are, like, it's like how oblivious you are of the environment. Like, smiling
Right.
is so good. It can be defined, it
Yes.
has got different names,
You
which
know,
which I do.
Hmm.
definitely. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Such a simple technique. When you call up a person or the person is calling you up, you can just say, hi, hello, how are you? And so, hello, kya ho raha hai? Just have a smile in your ways. Make that person feel, oh, it was worth the time spent calling somebody, even if it is for a moment or even if it was with a problem. So, moment there's a caller saying, hi, how are you? What's happening with you? Immediately, okay, you can talk to this person. Yeah, that's what we want. We want to connect, not distance ourselves. A smile in your voice also does wonderful thing. It's my
Yeah.
experience. I used to be like to share a bit about that smiling part. How I started smiling all the time is when I was not the one who, now you can say I'm very talkative, but I was not so many years ago. And I used to have a big problem talking to people. And somebody when walked up to and said something to me, I used to be like, okay, yes or no was also very difficult for me to answer. I made an effort to overcome that. I used to travel by local train. When you meet somebody, you see somebody who has a beautiful eye or a beautiful dress or a nice purse or something. Walk up to that person. You may not know that person, you may never meet that person. You don't have to know the name of the person. Just walk up and say, you're looking beautiful, or you have a lovely purse, or and with a smile. You won't believe that you can make a day of that person. And after so many years, I've come to know that that day when you walked up and you told me, that it made my day because I was not very comfortable. I had to go for an interview. I met that lady after 10 years in the same train. So these little things that we do, we don't acknowledge other people around us, unfortunately. That smile, the little compliment. But that day when I started doing that, I used to be like so nervous. I would be like, I have to go and talk to somebody. But I made that effort. And a time came that nobody can stop me from talking now. So it's so simple, that you have to just make an effort to smile, to reach out to somebody, to compliment somebody, appreciate. It's so easy to find faults with people, but how many times do we really appreciate when a person does something good, or even a simple act? It may be just putting things nicely somewhere, or you stacked up the files very nicely. We don't make an effort to do that. But file गिर गया तो oh God, शामत आ गई. You could not put it properly. See what happened. We are so ready to find faults with people. So the smile, the little things, and what happens in the bargain? We don't compliment ourselves because we are busy trying to not create more faults to be answerable to anybody, that we forget to compliment our own selves. We don't say, oh, I did this job very well. Oh, I really enjoyed. Okay, this went wrong. It is okay. I'll correct it next time. Unfortunately, we don't compliment or talk to our own self. This is, how do you say, the gap that we have created now, we have to fill it up completely,
We have
you know,
actually built
with our
walls
own
around
selves.
us. No, we have actually built
Yeah,
walls around us. And probably Mazahir Saab and people like us, we need people who should be talking around us, because I'm a good listener, and I feel like, you should keep on and on talking, and I'm a good listener because that keeps me busy. Sometimes talking keeps
okay.
you busy, as you said, but for
Hmm.
me, I should have talkative people around. And I think Mazahir Saab, you are also the same. Like, he's also a very
Listener.
quiet person, but there should be somebody who should be talking, blabbering constantly. So my mind is like off the, hook, something like
Yeah.
that. So that is when, it's again a therapy.
Yeah.
If you are talking, but that talking has to be listened by someone, and I'm sure that listener has to be like, it's a therapy for the listener also. I
Yeah, but
believe
if
so.
something worthwhile to share, I hope it is not just empty talk, but there's something that you're
No,
sharing
but that
with the
interests
other
you. No,
person.
no, no. But
That
that
feels,
that you start you attract attention. Then when you're talking, whether it is good thing, bad thing, nonsense, stupidity, after some time, a person who is a quiet person or a listener, it's like something like you start listening to that nonsense, and it works like a therapy for you too. I mean, like, I may be wrong, but it works for me. It works for me
Talking is also
because
therapy and
I get
listening is
distracted.
also
I get
therapy.
distracted easily. I get
Yeah.
distracted there. Yeah.
Yeah, but if someone is listening, yeah, then that both are therapists. Talking is also therapy, and listening is also therapy, basically.
Double therapy,
Both
I
ways
think.
it works. Yes, of course. When you're listening, what is happening? The talker is planting the seeds within you, right? So you may
Yeah.
accept it at that point of time or not, but somewhere it is planted in you, right? Then you start thinking, okay, she said that day something like that, or he told me this. It works on you, and
Yeah.
that's how actually even spirituality, everything what we do with ourselves is somebody has planted some seeds. Now what kind of seeds are planted inside you is you know best, with whom
Mhm.
we are living or working with. Somebody is always doing that. I say I plant spiritual seeds in people,
Mhm.
so they can nurture it and then flower it the way they would like to move forward with.
Mazar
That
sir,
is
you were saying something.
No,
He,
I actually wanted to bring her to this topic of Akashic records. What are they? I was very interested to know more about that.
yeah, something that I cannot pronounce also. Like, I mean, like, it's
Akashic
really,
record. What
it's
what
really
Akash.
good.
what exactly are Akashic
Akash is
records?
basically Akash, is basically sky, right? So let's say there is a big, huge sky. The universe is, like, we only knows it as a sky above, where all the gods and goddesses and deities and whatever angels and all are residing, right? That is what we understand about Akash. And when we look, say God, we look up, isn't it? So basically, Akashic records is a vibrational filing system of every soul's journey through all the incarnations or lifetimes recorded over there. So every life that you and me have lived on this earth, every lifetime, it is recorded, including every thought, every action, your karmas or soul contracts, as you would call it, or anything that you have done, the nature, character, whatever you lived as a person over there. And in each lifetime, it is all completely recorded. Now, every lifetime that when we come down to this earth with a new life that we are in present, let's say I'm dealing with problems, everybody is dealing with something or the other, maybe on a relationship level with a husband or a wife or children or a boss or a colleague. Things are not happening the way we want in that relationship, and then we wonder why is this happening, what could be the problem with this person, why am I having problem with this person. So what kind of a karmas that I'm going through, or what kind of a soul contract I'm having to complete over here. People normally don't understand this. So through an akashic records, one can go into that filing system to open up one's own records, of course, and ask the questions that what you're dealing with right now at this juncture of your life, and what you would like to know about that situation or that relationship or that problem, or even simple like how to move forward with this within this job, or I should be doing something different, or what is my life purpose. These little things, that questions that we have, so that we can live our life to the fullest. Through your own records, you can ask these questions to the masters, the keepers of the records. I'm just a medium, I'm just an instrument, or the channel that you would say, to bring those messages from the masters after opening the records of that person to that person, the caller, whoever which wishes to know about whatever is their questions are about relationships or work or anything. It's a guidance, basically, that what you can do, or what you have gone through, or what you can do now to make your life turn around, or to move forward with this situation, or what is this relationship that you're going through, why you're going through, and how you can help yourself to heal it, to heal yourself, or to heal the relationship. This is a guidance that you get. And some most of the time when people have this realization, okay, I understand, I must have done something like that, or I had this kind of a situation. Mm, Can you just give me a moment, please?
Sure.
Yeah. Um,
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, she'll be back in a moment. There's some technical difficulty, but yes, we are in conversation with pranic healer and Akashic record reader, where this is Rashida directly from Pune connecting with us, and she's a spiritualist herself. She offers counseling online and by a mere telephone call. You can WhatsApp her, but right now we have her email flashing on the screen. You can contact her directly there, and she can tell you about what exactly is happening in your life and how to go about. But yes, we were welcome back, Rashida. We were
Thank
there
you.
on a very interesting topic, which is Akashic. It's something like Bhavishyavani kind. That's how I can relate to it. But yes, the readings are heavenly, and she says, according to her, every human being or soul on earth has got a record out there, and which is a fact. It's called a database in our normal day-to-day language. We all have our database set there in the master universe, which is like, obviously the hard drive or the hard disk, and the keeper is the only almighty, and she connects you directly there. And you can be, when you are talking about akashic reading and record reading and all, and when you are able to find out what exactly is the problem, or if people are wanting any kind of counseling or help, do you offer that to, is it like, do you tell them how to go about and
Yeah, if I can,
cure themselves?
definitely I would try, yes, because sometimes you get them, of course, most of the time, messages, I mean, the messages definitely come across. It could be a sign, a symbol, or an image, or some words, or something. It can be in any which way. And then you pass it on to the person, but then that person may not be able to interpret it in a proper way. Then you have to make that person understand, and they have to relate with their own lives of what this sign, symbol, message could mean for them, right? And when they start relating it, then you can guide them. Okay, this is
Connecting the
what it could
dots.
mean. Yes, yeah, connecting the
Connecting
dots.
the dots.
Absolutely. Okay, this could have happened, or you could be doing this, or why not try this? Then so little guidance, little support is definitely needed, because they've come with that hope that they can resolve a situation, but then they don't always find the way around. Some problems are so deep that they really are sort of broken down in a way. So that little support, guidance, if I can interpret it properly and then guide them in a certain direction where they can, find healing within them, healing with their relationships, or turn their life around by doing certain little things, like, even checking out some information about people or about a place so that they're working with. It helps. In fact, they come back again sometimes, to ask me, okay, I did this, is it okay, do you think I can do something more?
Because I
And
think they become a little talking to someone their heart out, where they know that
yes,
there's confidentiality.
absolutely.
A healer,
And
because as you said, you have to keep talking. You cannot put everything suppressing in your heart, because that is something like a spring. One day it will burst. So,
yeah,
and
very much
to mental health and everything, and those are the situations which actually you're trying to plant the seed and proceed
correct.
towards that. So probably,
Yeah.
I think whenever people come to you, or they are over the phone, or they can connect with you over the phone, you are like a you are like a, I can say, a lifesaver for them, because definitely if they talk to you, they know that they will get something right out of it, because half of the time most of the people don't talk at all, and
Yeah,
that
this
is a major reason where they get actually lost. So
actually, the situation is that, in fact, most of us really suppress our feelings and emotions. We don't really open up, or we don't have any. In fact, it's sad that we don't have people around in our house where we can house or family or friends, or that we can just open up to and sit with and somebody and chat. Even close friends, sometimes we sort of, don't know whether what that person will think, or whether I should really trouble my friend, or they are going through their own problems. Even that happens. But what happens with all that suppression? First of all, it really creates a havoc with your energy body, and then that slowly manifests as physical illnesses that we go through. And sometimes it's so late that we never even realize, that all that suppression of emotions has gone somewhere into your body and manifested as an illness in your body. To that extent it goes. And then of course then your energy level is anyway now not healthy. So now when you're with other people also, they also feel that something is not right. Many a times we come across people and she looks always like this only, we don't connect then. Although more you become lonely. When they call up for Akashic records, then they have some hope that maybe here I'll find some answers. But then finding some answers, I said, first you have to tell me clearly what you exactly feel. Now, how would I know? Even the questions sometimes they ask, they don't want to ask the whole question. I said, till the time you're not clear with your questions, how will the masters give you the clear answers? You have to open up to them, not to me alone. It is not about me, it is about you and the masters whom you
How,
are actually talking to.
how comfortable, of course, I know this is an inappropriate question here. How comfortable they are with the confidentiality and the privacy with you?
Then once they talk to me, it is never discussed again. In fact, once I give them the answers, I don't remember it myself also what I've told them. In fact, they have to come back. When they come back, they have to tell me what I've told them. It is just at that time
Between
when
you
I
and
get
them.
the message, yes, absolutely confidential between us only, and there is no third person involved. In fact, I don't allow them to even record anything because it is meant for them to feel it, understand it, get it in there. They can jot down points, but it has to be internal journey for them. Actually speaking, I don't allow. Okay, like, can I have my sister sitting me or a husband sitting with me? No, only you at that point of time. Unless if somebody has some language issue for some reason, then it's a different matter, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And otherwise, there is no third person involved over here whatsoever. Not at all. It's generally it is between only that person and me. And the Akashic Record, the masters who are there, of course, helping us, guiding us, blessing us with that healing that he or whoever, the divinity as we call it, the spirit being. So there
There
is
are
no
many.
third person involved whatsoever. It is
There
entirely between me and the person. And that is also the reason they open up very easily. Then they know that they can trust that it will not be discussed again
And I
ever,
think trust
and that
is
it
the
is
first step
entirely
towards it. Trust is the first step
first
towards
step.
it.
First,
First step.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
of
And
course.
so far, whatever I've done, they know they can trust me completely with that. Even if a friend has passed another friend, they may know about each other, but don't ask me about that. If you wish to talk to each other, it's a different matter, right?
Mhm.
But here
Mhm.
you've sent your friend to help her, good enough. But beyond that, there are no answers available to you. So
Mhm.
it's as simple as that, because everybody is going through something, but at the same time, they have to deal with whatever they're facing by themselves. They have to find their own answers, and the best part to start is to go inwards, and that is what I try to do in my way of working on this level of Akashic Records reading. Basically, I'm exactly just a messenger in a way that I get the messages, I pass it on. Only thing further I do is I help them to interpret those messages best way that they can, so that they can utilize that information that they have received from their own records with the help of the divine. It's as simple as that.
Well,
some of the people she has done Akashic records reading or have sent her some testimonials, and some of the testimonials are amazing. A few lines that I can read here is thanks for your reading. It's really eye-opening to my new stages in life, opportunity and strength. Another person says, I will forever be grateful for your reading, guidance, and kindness. You are a wonderful person. I just love talking to you. A third person says, feeling so relaxed and peaceful. Got all answers to my questions, or you can say my confusion. Many others that the awareness not to judge the situation and accept the thing which is coming up. I'm sure now I will get what I want for my life and myself. And one person says, after talking to you, my whole idea of thinking has changed. Now I know what I have to ask the universe and how. So I think a lot of people have willingly said all this, which is I think a fantastic thing, because it is not just that being helpful to people is itself a very big high. It's a very big achievement that you are in the position to offer succor, to offer help to another human being, uh, which is, I congratulate you for that.
Well,
Thank you.
that was
I
that is
feel blessed that I'm able to do that to some extent at least, if not completely. That I'm there to help people cross the bridge to a better life, fulfill life of good health, wealth, prosperity, success in every possible way in all areas of their life. I enjoy doing it. It's happiness and humbling, of course, very, very humbling. I realize I had no problems in my life now. It's like when I see people struggle with their situations, I feel so blessed that really, I mean, it's nothing that I have faced comparatively. And I admire the people who have gone through such struggles and they really work through so many years. Inwardly they fought with their own selves and now they're opening up to me. It is something, it's not easy, for somebody to do that, and I feel more humbled because of that. It's an amazing thing, like, so I feel totally blessed you know
Well, thank you, Rashida ji. Thank you so much. It was wonderful having a little chat here with you. It's like I call it rendezvous with Rashida and Mazahir. But yes, it has been this whole, I won't call it an interview, a little bit of, chit chat on digital chit chat was like a journey for me too. You may not know how much you have helped me here right now, but I'm sure people who have been listening to it or who have missed this interview will be seeing it. It's going live on right now on my page as well as Design Television page plus YouTube channel. And you can always contact Rashida. The email address has already been sent out. I will be posting it on my page, and you can seek some kind of counseling and guidance for all those people out there who are actually going through troubled times in this era of pandemic. We wish that 2021 is awesome, is an awesome year, and I always say, I always tell the year when it begins, let's play, because I take it as a game. For me, it's bring it on, let's play. And cheers to that. But thank you so much, Mazahir Saab, for introducing her to me.
My
And
pleasure. I just
and
want to
Thank
add one
you.
thing, Mickey. I advise people, don't wait till you are in trouble. Find out what fate, why you are here in this life. Find out the reasons for it,
the purpose.
and the purpose of this life. There's a purpose you have chosen. You have chosen to be born in this life. Nobody has forced you into it. So you have chosen to come into this life as Mickey Gulati, as Mazahir Rahim, as Rashida. And so find out from your Akasha records what is it that you are here for, and
I'll
fulfill them,
definitely find it out.
and fulfill those
I'm
needs.
I'm going to eat her head up after this interview, definitely,
Okay.
because I'll definitely ask her, because it's not about the rosy picture, it's about the gloomy picture that lies within to make it rosy for me.
Yeah.
So just make that picture
Garden
look.
your life.
Yeah,
Garden your
exactly.
life.
I'm
Make this
sorry.
year a joyful year. I said, garden your life. Make this year a joyful year.
Exactly. This is what I have told the year 2021. Bring it on. Let's play. So,
Yes.
on that note, thank you very much.
Thank
And
you very much,
definitely
Mickey. Thank
all
you,
the
Rashida.
details on my page. Thank you,
Thank
Rashida.
you,
Thank you so
Mazahir.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you for having me. It was a real pleasure. Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye bye.